This country, under this APC regime, came to become the poverty capital of the world. It became the place where the minimum wage became the miserable wage for workers.
But if you think about Nigeria itself, it's an open prison.
I've been engaging in a lot of meetings, we've done some protests, and we're planning a lot of things regarding Nigeria, in fact, how to save this country. So maybe I've been a little bit sleep deprived, but I'm not stressed at all. I'm completely fine.
You're solid.
You're solid.
So, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? I can hear you loud and clear now, yes.
Lovely. So, we have been having different kind of disturbing stories after the election. We have a Leonard, is that his name? Your former party member was on. And they came up with this court case, allegation of money, accountability, and stuff like that. I want you to speak on that because we'll get to that revolution side of it, and then the issue is Nigeria after this. What's going on in the AAC?
Yeah, I think I made it clear during the election that the way we were going about dismantling the old order and oversimplifying how to govern with our ideas and manifestos, it would convert a lot of people to us. It will make believers of ideas, and it will make these people come after us. So they were after us during the election, as I've repeatedly explained. You saw encounters with soldiers, you saw them arresting people pasting our posters, you saw that we were denied participation in a debate. And all of it, even when I'm flying, some aircraft, some airlines are hostile towards me, So I said it repeatedly when I made the pronouncement on the couch, that after the election, these ideas and our boldness, courage, and being in their face would end the rap. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as the elections were over, they started. In fact, they were scheming before the election. This particular individual you mentioned never participated in the presidential election with the party. He was working against us, and because they didn't want, from the beginning, he didn't believe that I should be a candidate. He wanted our party to endorse Atiku or endorse Buhari, whichever one gave him the most money. So we found out and we thwarted a lot of these efforts at the beginning, He, for example, the day we were supposed to submit the nomination form for me, he disappeared on us. The only way we could get him was to call his sister in Jos and ask his whereabouts. He wasn't picking up his phone. Then his sister called him, and then somehow he showed up. And somehow he was shamed into signing off on my nomination application as presidential candidate. He was going to frustrate me from that moment. After that, he disappeared on us and started plotting, and then eventually I think he also was selling the idea on how to destabilize the party to different interest groups that are interested in those kind of projects. And somebody funded him. As we found out, he came from Governor Wike of Rivers State, who had issues with one of our candidates in Rivers State who contested against him and was going to assist him. So that was who was funding the whole process. And with regards to the accountability thing, it's rubbish. I'm the only presidential candidate in Nigeria that had the audacity to put out how I received money and how the money was spent. Not only did I do that, that particular information is online for anybody who might want to challenge it. But before we even put together the accounting and put it out, I had been announcing on a daily basis almost, right?
On the couch.
This is how much we received. We announced the names of people who gave us money, and people knew how we were moving around. One of the most ridiculous things I read or listened to was him saying that I'm staying in a hotel for 270,000 naira per night for a whole year. ridiculous. I was looking at my calendar just yesterday. I was looking at my calendar. I spent more time on the road, probably more than any presidential candidate, and I can challenge them to bring out their calendar. Because in my own case, when I say I'm somewhere, there is physical evidence that I'm there. There is also electronic evidence that I'm there. When I'm in Kano, there will be a live stream from Kano, except there is no internet. When I'm in Suleja, there will be a live stream from Suleja. When I'm in Abuja, Lagos, Akure, Uyo, Port Harcourt, when I went to Zamfara. So I spent more time on the road. I didn't even sleep, talk less of sleeping in luxury, you know. So that was the most ridiculous allegation. That's the only one that they presented to the public. And because some people might be gullible, I apologize for saying that. They might believe those kind of things, but all you need to do is to look at the memories on my timeline on Facebook, because all of them are reappearing again. I'll tell you where I was in the last 365 days. We did almost 300 events, all of them documented, and you can see it on Facebook. Some of them are on your timeline. A lot of them are on YouTube channels. So we didn't sleep. Not only we traveled around Nigeria, we also traveled around the world, going as far as Australia, spending a week there, you know, Canada, several cities in the US, South Africa, Ghana. We were even in your country, you know, and Scotland. Exactly. We were in Scotland, 2 cities there. We're in Italy, Spain, Germany, you know, anywhere. We were all over the place. You know, we taught them how to campaign and how to do a global campaign. So, as I used to joke during the election, when people
for the court case,
this is how
the court case. How did it get to the level?
How did it get to the level that it got to now that we are dealing with now? How did it like?
Part of the fraud that has become part of Nigeria's history and also contemporary conduct. You see, when I was traveling, they knew I was leaving back to the US on May 12th. As I left Nigeria, they went and had a meeting and claimed that we had been removed. Asked who paid them to do it live on channels, you know, NTA, it was on AIT. These media houses would not cover us during the election. But the moment they were able to induce a crisis that they paid for, oh, they were happy. They kept repeating it every minute. So when I arrived in the US, I responded immediately. And then they secretly went to court and obtained judgment, a court order against us, me and Malcolm, and particularly me and Malcolm Fabi, who was the campaign DG for the Sowore 2019 campaign. We weren't aware of it. They don't need to tell us. But immediately I heard, you know, we sent our lawyer, Inibehe FM, who is very prolific online as well, to go to court and knock off the injunction. The judge claimed that we didn't fight the case. Meanwhile, he knew himself weren't in court. That was why he gave them what they call substituted service order, so that they can put the court summon in newspapers. The judge knew we were not in the country, that Malcolm and I don't live in the country, but I sent a page of my passport to the judge and said I'm not in the country, and told the lawyer to fight on our behalf. The judge is claiming that we didn't personally swear to the affidavit. That is weird, because there's no person that swears to their own affidavit. That means that Buhari, for example, has to go to the registry every day to swear to all the affidavit in his case, or, you know, it court clerks, people, as long as the person is aware of the particulars of the case and can prove that is in touch with the person who is the defendant, he can swear to an affidavit on behalf of anybody. So the judge knew what he was doing. But guess what? The judge, when he saw our defense, the judge couldn't deal with it. He then came with the technicality that, oh, we didn't defend, we didn't say anything, and then he gave a judgment and ran away. The constitution of
Nigeria, they use computer. The leaders of Nigeria, they use radio where they turn the knob.